back with another Couch Potato General Manager video. 7-round 2022 NFL mock draft. This time around, gents, we will be selecting for the New York Football Giants. Won't waste any time here. Let's get started. So this one was kind of chalky. So this one was a little chalky, a little, not exactly chalky, but we do kind of expect. We do kind of expect these four players to be among the first four selected. I think that's been kind of the long-standing belief. Travon Walker, Sauce Gardner, Kyle Hamilton are kind of the wild cards with respect to that. So here we are, 5th overall pick, and we got a lot of players at our disposal here. What say you, gentlemen?
You got to go Charles Cross because Carolina's going to take an offensive line. This might be a team that might even trade in front of you to prevent that from happening. But I think you got to go Charles Cross here. I wouldn't play with it here. I like Kyle Hamilton for them here. I think, like we said before, potentially, arguably could be the best player in the draft. Although people have seen his combine, his 40-yard dash, and they weren't happy with it. But I think you got to go offensive line here, man. You gotta protect the franchise. They talked about it in the offseason.
Is he the franchise though? Is he the franchise?
I mean, he's the franchise for the 20. No, he's the franchise for the 2022 season. So, whoever you bring in there, you're gonna have to protect them. So
that is a fact. That is a fact.
So let's go get the best pass pro offensive tackle in this draft and Charles Cross, and we'll figure out the run game later.
I think the glaring needs here for the Giants is offensive line. Also, you could look at a corner with not sure what they're going to do with Bradbury. So Sauce Gardner is an option here, but Brian Dable, new head coach. He's coming from Buffalo. You know what he likes to do. He likes to pass the football, and Charles Cross is probably the best pass protector in this class right here. So Charles Cross just makes a lot of sense for the Giants here at 5.
All right, Charles Cross is sure up that offensive line.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
They were hurt, bro.
Fire man. Get him out of there, B.
But say they can't let him drop, man.
Get him out of there, man. I don't know.
Yeah, they can't. That's the one. That's the one guy that he can't go to. It's one team he can't go to.
You can't do it, bro. You can't do it, bro. It's not a. I mean, he's an excellent player, but I just.
No, bro. No.
Trade out, bro.
We made them panic. We took their pick. They panicked. They panicked, man.
So is it a foregone conclusion that this is Sauce Gardner, or are we looking at Travon Walker?
No,
you gotta go Sauce.
Yeah, you gotta go Sauce, bro.
All right. So the assumption is Bradbury's on the outs. We go get Headley's top overall prospect in the draft class, cornerback 1, Ahmad Sauce Gardner. All right.
But if he's not on the outs, yes, we go either Travon Walker or Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, we're anticipating Bradbury being elsewhere at some juncture here as we approach the 2022 NFL draft. Before I make this selection, we then pick again at 36. Are we going to rest on our laurels with a Cross and Gardner in tow? Do we want to get aggressive? Is there a player in mind? What do you guys think?
A pass rusher would be next. Possibly a receiver. I know Headley was talking about Dable.
Pass rusher, receiver, or more offensive line help. Interior guy.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens over the next 10 to 12 picks, and then reassess after this Gardner selection. Okay. So we had 4 receivers taken. Malik Willis to the Commanders. They're out on your boy, Drew. Jermaine Johnson, Karlaftis, Jordan Davis. Like I said, there's a trio of receivers. London Williams, Olave. Philly's up again. As we take a look at the board, if we're talking about potentially going back to the offensive line, doubling down there, you have Linderbaum, Zion Johnson, King, and Green. All 3 players are part of the conversation in the first round, as well as Trevor Penning. And at the edge, we have Ajabo, Ibikete, Mafe, Benito, Drake Jackson, Cameron Thomas, among others. There's a host of edge guys. So, what say you, gentlemen? Are is there anybody who strikes your fancy that we should trade up from here? Perhaps let a few more picks reel off.
I think you let a few more picks because Philadelphia picked a receiver. The Saints picked a receiver. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to go receiver. New England might go receiver though.
Yeah,
or corner.
Do we have to force the issue at receiver here?
Yeah, I don't think we have to force. I don't think we have to force a receiver. I think they're going to select the receiver at some point. But I don't think you have to force that. What I like on the board right now is all the offensive line help. I know we got offensive linemen earlier in Charles Cross, but it's still a lot of interior offensive linemen there. You got Penning still out there, so I do like
Zion Johnson too.
Yeah, the two Zion Johnson and Kenyon Green.
Let's take a look, see how it plays out.
How many total picks do Giants have?
They have quite a
6. Okay.
30.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So 1, 2, 3, 7 more picks.
All right.
I don't know what the money looking like for Bradbury, but I can see a scenario where they trade Bradbury to New England.
It's like that actually is a actual interesting, intriguing idea. I think the dollar amount might be a problem because I think he's owed $21 million. I think his cap is $21 million. But depending on ultimately what the Giants would ultimately have to be responsible for, the teams may force their hand and basically say, "Hey, listen, you're going to have to release him before we decide to go in that direction." But I certainly would be feeling calls if ultimately, and that's the assumption that we're making here, Bradbury won't be on the team come week 1. So. Let's see. Let's let it reel off a little bit more. Okay.
Both guards still available.
Don't let it get to the Bucks, bro. Bucks taking one of those guys, bro.
I think you could potentially get a guard to come in and contribute in the second round. Right. I like Jamari Sawyer quite a bit. Sean Ryan could play there as well as your boy Tyler Smith. Yeah. But Zion to me is the guy. That's the guy that I would want. Either him or Linderbaum. Those are the two players that I would prioritize for a zone scheme in particular. So let's see what Dallas might be willing to do here. So in order to position ourselves to either opt for a Linderbaum or Zion Johnson, we're gonna make a trade with the Dallas Cowboys here. We're gonna offer up the 36th overall pick, as well as a 5th round in 2022, as well as a 3rd round in 2023 for the 24th overall pick here. So let's pull that. If I'm Dallas, I'm not doing it, but Jerry has decided to engage us, so we shall.
Jerry.
All right. Who's it gonna be, gentlemen? Linderbaum or Zion Johnson? Yeah, we managed to get a 3rd first round pick without giving up our 1st round next year.
Tyler Linderbaum is the pure and the best center. Zion Johnson is obviously, they were trying that out at the Senior Bowl. Want to see what it looked like. He didn't look bad. He looked like he'd be fine playing that position. He may have the highest upside when it comes to that. But the sure thing is Tyler Linderbaum there.
All right, Ellie, any rebuttals?
No, that sounds good right there.
All right. I think we've done a great job here of addressing the offensive line with Tyler Linderbaum and Charles Cross. A lot of athleticism for that zone scheme. All right, so we won't be drafting for a while, gents. We gave up a little draft capital in order to ensure that we give Daniel Jones every opportunity to carve out a long-term role with this team, certainly to give Saquon Barkley an opportunity to make plays in the open field. We just got to get him to the 2nd level, right, so he can do his thing. Sauce Gardner with the 7th overall pick. We're anticipating James Bradbury to be on the move. Will we be able to actually recoup some of the draft capital we ultimately gave up to move up to the 24th pick via a trade with Bradbury as kind of the main cog in that? Perhaps, but that cap number is a bit of a concern. So as we look at the board, now that we're back on the clock here in the 3rd round, just for the entertainment purposes, let's see how the rest of the picks played out after we made our selection 24th overall. So Wyatt, Dean, a pair of Georgia Bulldogs. Zion, like you said, Drew didn't get past the Bucks. Chavo, Elam, Dotson. That seems to be the pair for Kansas City. Earmark Kenyon Green to the Bengals. Bengals, they're not playing games in terms of that offensive line, man. Kyle Benito, like Kyler Gordon right there. Hell to your Falcons. So we are on the clock here. 67th overall. Two third round picks. 2 third round picks.
I think we need an edge rusher, receiver, edge rusher.
Oh yeah, we didn't get a. That's right.
Might need a tight end also. Lost Evan Ingram in the offseason.
Nope, got it right here.
That's right. That's right.
There's your tight end. I don't know, Drew. You think Josh?
No, I don't.
Williams.
No, we're not forcing that, bro.
We let the edge, that really impressive crop, kind of in that day one, round 2 crop of edge defenders. We let them go in our effort in order to be able to solidify this offensive line, right? That was the sacrifice that was made. Again, this is about trying to maximize Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley as they're entering the final years of their respective deals. So, with that being said, here we are, and an edge probably isn't the direction that we want to go in at this juncture. Again, we have 2 third-round picks. Keep that in mind. Helly mentioned the tight end position. No Evan Ingram. Ricky Seals-Jones is your guy. Evan Ingram is in Jacksonville now. That screams need to me, and I think it does match up with the board. But is there a different direction you guys would consider going in? What about those second-level defenders?
Yeah, they need another one.
They do, but it's a lot of guys there. It's one of those guys.
Christian Harris, Chanel, Troy Anderson.
I say take the tight end because you're going back to the offensive line with that, as well as adding a weapon.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then there's plenty of linebackers there for the second pick in the 3rd round.
Yeah, we get one of them linebackers next.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Trey McBride, 3 out of 4 times, baby. Let's get it. Christian Harris.
Linebacker.
Only one so far. Channing Tindall. All right. Still quite a few here to choose from. Quite a few.
I think Chanel with Blake Martinez
in the interior, right?
That's like some tackle machines right there. Those 2 guys.
No, Chanel is physical, boy. Oof.
Like a wall, bro.
I'm gonna tell you, Chanel gave your boy Linderbaum trouble.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Leo Chanel, we all in agreement?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it.
Go with it.
Let's punctuate this with a Leo Chanel. All right. Let's move to the Falcons. Okay. So our next pick come up in about 41 selections, or 31 selections, I should say. My math is off. In the 4th round. To this point, Charles Cross, Ahmad Gardner, we traded up back into the 1st round, gave up some draft capital, but nothing too overwhelming. We didn't give up our 2023 1st round pick, so that was a saving grace there. We managed to bring in Tyler Linderbaum. We added Trey McBride. I think you slot him in immediately to be your lead tight end, pair him up with Ricky Seals-Jones, and then Leo Chanel. Leo Chanel, I think, is a great fit as an inside linebacker next to Blake Martinez in this odd man front. So now it's a question about how this board is played out. So after we made our Chanel pick, Spiller Bryant, likely Tolbert, Pierce here, Kirby Joseph, Ingram, Asamoah, Dominique Robinson, James Cook, Cole Strange, Justin Ross, Alante Taylor, Max Mitchell. Okay.
What's the edge look like?
Oh, there he goes.
Let's do it. Just do it.
Easy.
Let's just do it, bro.
Yeah.
That's easy. We got Village Jones. We probably get a Village Jones later on.
Hopefully. 147.
147. Oh, that's gonna be tough.
It is gonna be tough. Do we want to get aggressive about him?
No, I don't think you can grab him here though. I don't think you can grab him.
No. I'm talking about after we make this D'Angelo Malone. I'm perfectly comfortable with that selection.
So here's my thing. So that means we're trading back up into the 4th round. Velus Jones for me he's a project. It's gonna take some time for him to develop. Yeah, bro. I don't think he's out.
But okay, fair enough. He's
played on 2 different college teams and ain't really busted grape in either one of them. So
yeah, and I thought he might have been one of your top 3 receivers at the Senior Bowl as well in terms of his performance. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by his skill set. I'm certainly intrigued by his skill set. But we can let it play out. We can let it play out.
I second on the Velus, man. I like Velus Jones. I just like his aggressive nature. You know what I'm saying? Like a Debo Samuels. He's not Debo, but he plays the game like Debo, and he can help you in the return game as well. So
he can't do that. You trying to trade up for him?
Nah, I wouldn't say trade up for him, but we'll see what happens with the boy.
We'll see what happens. So D'Angelo Malone, one of our draft favorites.
Dubs off the board.
Watching these receivers like a hawk.
Ooh, right there.
Up.
I
don't think we're gonna get there, bro.
What pick we got? 160?
147.
147.
And we're at 134.
Can we just trade up?
Yeah, you want to just part with that 6th round pick and
get our guy. Let's get him. That's the guy, bro.
Hey man, that's one thing that we subscribe to here, man. Go get your guy. Go get your guy, man.
Play with it.
There are a lot of receivers on this roster, but I guess the question is how does it all play out at the end of the day, right? You still have Sterling Shepard. You paid big money to Kenny Golladay. Hopefully he's healthy. You used a 1st round pick last year on a receiver. Like there's a lot of these guys, but I'm curious as to why you feel, Helly, that Brian Dable is.
It's Dable. It's because of Dable. It's Brian Dable.
His scheme, the fact that he's spread.
He likes a lot of receivers. Yeah, gotcha. 4 receivers on the field, and we don't know if Sterling Shepard or Slayton's going to be there, after
beyond
this year.
Season. Sure.
So
fair enough.
I do like the Golladay and Tony tandem though.
All right.
There it is.
Looks like it might be enough to get it done. Pull the trigger, and Velus Jones it is. Velus Jones, Velus. All right.
That's a heck of a draft right there.
We gave up some draft capital to stabilize this offensive line. I think you might be able to consider this a position group of strength for the first time in a very long time. Ahmad Gardner, I think Sauce kind of speaks for himself at this point. I think Sauce has managed to separate himself among the cornerbacks. Trey McBride, house money, the board, it all matched up at the right time. It's a position of need. In line, flex him out line. He's going to do work down the seam and, of course, improve upon an improved offensive line, right? As an extension of the offensive line. And Leo Chenal is an very interesting fit here. I thought, again, the board kind of met the need nicely. Pair him with Blake Martinez. You have them blitzing, making plays in the A gap and really bring some physicality to the second level of that defense. D'Angelo Malone, again, a couch potato general manager favorite in this 2022 NFL draft, man. I can't stress it enough. I think some people feel he's more of perhaps a round 5, even as late as round 6 prospect. Round 4, I think, is the sweet spot. You get him, and I get Carl Lawson vibes. We actually made it a point to trade up back into the 4th round to acquire Velus Jones. We were concerned that we weren't going to have an opportunity to get him. He has an interesting skill set. You have receivers with expiring contracts, beyond 2022, as well as injuries. Injuries has kind of ravaged this group as well. So Velus Jones offers an interesting skill set. I thought he performed really well in Mobile. Guys, let me know. I did my nutshell kind of summary there, but what were your thoughts on this particular class?
I love the class. I think this is a perfect draft class because we addressed every need for the New York Giants and got talent at all those needs. Coming into this, the Giants needed some offensive line help. Well, we got 2 of the best offensive linemen in Charles Cross and Tyler Lindenbaugh. They needed a DB, a corner, Ahmad Gardner, Sauce, linebacker to pair with Blake Martinez, Chenal, and they needed a pass rusher. And we got D'Angelo Malone. So I just feel like all the needs are satisfied, and this is just talent all through the draft class.
But I think I'm gonna push back a little bit. I think we may have missed out on safety. That might have been a need just in terms of just need more on the roster. But maybe we'll catch that coming out of the draft with rookies being signed and veterans being released. Maybe we can catch somebody. But outside of that, yeah, I think this is an outstanding draft. You're protecting the quarterback. Again, it was one of those things where you're asking, hey, owner says, hey, we haven't done a good job just with everything and surrounding the quarterback and changing coordinators and changing offensive line and coaches and just different things. And so we're saying, hey, we're going to make it a point this year to, at the very least, protect you so that we can see if you are the future. Give you that opportunity, although it'll be 1 year, we're going to give you the opportunity to do that. And again, went out and got the best corner in the draft and arguably the best player in the draft in Gardner. And my best pick here is probably Tyler Linderbaum. I liked it. And we traded up to get him. Malone going to be a surprise to a lot of people. I'm just going to keep saying it.
Yeah, I can imagine onlookers, people on the outside looking in, they look at this class and it's a good one. There's no question about it. But there may be a concern about the edge rusher. And while I probably would have liked to get a little bit more teeth, thought perhaps in round 3 there may have been a better option available to us, but it didn't work out that way. The consolation prize happens to be like D'Angelo Malone. I can live with it. It's not ideal, but I can certainly live with it. I appreciate his skill set, and I've compared him somewhat to Carl Lawson. I think he is very, very effective off the edge, and the reality is that Azeez is the guy. Azeez is the guy. You understand what I'm saying? Azeez is not playing second fiddle to anybody. So pair those up. I think D'Angelo Malone actually outperforms where we actually selected him. It certainly mitigates not getting one of the upper tier edge rushers in a very deep class.
Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit us with a comment. What would you guys have done? Would you have traded up for Linderbaum? Would you have traded up for Bellis? What would you have done?
I think the Chenal pick helps soften that blow at edge too. When you combine Chenal and Malone in terms of what they can do as far as attacking the line of scrimmage, I think that softens it as well. This is a good class. This is a good class. You got to kind of get away from okay, who could we have gotten at 5 and 7, whether it be like a Hamilton part of that mix or Travon Walker, and you look at the breadth of this, the full breadth of this particular mock draft. I actually like it quite a bit. I got a lot of guys who are going to contribute immediately. All right, guys. As Drew mentioned, let us know down in the comments what you think. Be sure to like and subscribe. And for Headley, Drew, this is Juice signing off.